The troubles at the Immunology Institute continue. 11 months after the High Commercial Court voided the Institute's bankruptcy declaration, the government still has not found a way to stabilize its operations. Its staff members held another demonstration today, this time in front of the Croatian Health Insurance Institute, which is the Immunology Institute's majority owner. They resent what they characterized as the Health Insurance Institute's harsh and neglectful treatment of their own institute. And the Immunology Institute was also discussed in the Croatian parliament today. A number of opposition MPs pointed out that the failure to pay staff salaries, even as the state still continues to collect health and welfare contributions on salaries from the institute, demonstrates the perversity of the system. They also noted that if hospitals had paid the institute for everything they had procured from it, there would be no crisis. Activists from the Green Action Environmental Association held a demonstration in front of the Croatian parliament this morning, appealing to MPs to take a more active stance on matters tied to the protection of the Adriatic Sea and all operations involving petroleum and natural gas extraction. They warned that there is not even a national management strategy for the Adriatic and pointed out that neighboring countries were not consulted on such matters. 7 months after the disastrous floods in eastern Croatia near the town of Županja, many local residents are still living in poor conditions in temporary container settlements. Their homes have not yet been renovated, but the National Electric Company has already began sending out power bills for the coming year. A spokesman for the company said that this was due to the automated invoicing system issuing bills for those who did not report the disconnection of their power hookups. The National Elections Commission announced that the campaign for the presidential election scheduled for December 28th officially began at midnight December 9th. To recall, the four candidates running for the country's highest office are incumbent Ivo Josipović, the Croatian Democratic Union's Kolinda Grabar-Kitarović, Milan Kujundžić of the Alliance for Croatia, and tenants' rights NGO activist Ivan Vilibor Sinčić. Responding to accusations from some quarters that there is a strong possibility of election fraud, this morning the deputy chair of the Elections Commission said the commission will independently and rigorously oversee these elections as it always has in the past. She also called on all political parties and NGOs to do their own monitoring of the entire election process and report any irregularities. In the arts, the 12th Human Rights Film Festival opened in Zagreb's Europa Cinema last night. The festival runs through Sunday, screening a wide variety of contributions dealing with human rights issues. Even though the organizers did not seek a unifying theme for this year's films, among them the issue of violence against women in wars and armed conflict is a dominant issue. Admission to all screenings is free. In sports, the European Women's Handball Championships, being hosted by Croatia and Hungary, kicked off last night in Varaždin with a match between Croatia and Sweden. The Croatian team lost with a score of 30-28. They next face Germany on Wednesday. In basketball action in the regional ABA League, Cedevita lost on its home court to Zadar with a score of 74-71. In Continental Hockey League play, Zagreb's Medveščak lost on its home ice to Kazakhstani team Beres last night with a score of 5-3. And finally, the weather forecast for the rest of the day. Conditions will remain largely the same on the coast, with partially sunny skies and clouds rolling through, but no precipitation. Skies will be mostly overcast inland and also mostly dry, with some light rainfall in the east and a little snow at the higher elevations. Moderate to strong Bora winds will hit the coast, with occasional gale force gusts at the foot of the Velebit Massif. These will intensify by nightfall and reach storm force velocities. This afternoon's temperatures will generally range from 2 to 7 degrees Celsius inland and from 10 to 15 degrees on the coast. Skies will remain overcast in the interior over the coming days, with precipitation mainly in the east and at the higher elevations, with snow and snow mixed with rain expected at elevations above 500 meters. Temperatures will drop, especially overnight. Skies will be partially to mostly sunny on the coast in the next few days. Strong to gale force Bora winds will blow, with hurricane-strength gusts on occasion, but these are expected to subside after Wednesday. Mornings will be cooler in the second half of the week.